Yeah.
Hey.
Hey guys. How y'all doing?
How you doing?
Yeah, no, so we can explain.
What the is going on?
I like to party.
Jesus, honey, wax much?
This is Unwaxed
Get in, Lizzie, we're going shopping.
with Sophia and Sistine Stallone.
We just become best friends. Yep.
It wouldn't be a true Unwaxed podcast without our iconic intro.
Sophia, take it away.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Unwaxed podcast with your favorite sisters,
Sistine.
and Sophia.
Woo! Yay! We love you guys, Unwaxers. Woo, woo, woo. Okay.
Sorry for literally curving you and ghosting you and not
We-
giving any explanation to
We
why.
truly went full Houdini on you guys and just disappeared.
A rabbit in a hat.
No question.
Yeah,
Nothing.
out of there.
And it was a little unfair, you know? I think it was a little toxic of us to do that, leave you guys hanging.
But it's Unwaxed, so I guess it's kind
No.
of part of the...
That can't be our brand. No.
No, we're not toxic, I promise.
But we are back. We are shooting a new episode. We will explain everything of why
And
we
we're
disappeared
so
for 3
sorry.
months. We are very sorry.
And we missed you guys, and you have no idea how much we missed this.
So if you've been here and you've been waiting and you've been messaging us, where the hell's Unwaxed, guys? Where's your show?
We've ignored every message.
We have, because we were ashamed.
We were ashamed.
Felt disgusted in our own behavior for just leaving you guys high and dry.
So with that being said,
We have been shooting a goddamn reality show. People get to see how fun and silly and crazy our family dynamic is. And I think everyone's going to really enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's been a trying time, but it's been such a journey, and the payoff is going to be worth it.
It will be.
And let me tell you something.
But it's not a reality show. I like
It's
to
a
call
reality
it. I like to
show.
call it a docuseries.
But it's a reality show, because a lot of people are like, oh my God, reality TV, that's the worst level of TV. But it's the best source of entertainment. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Isn't this kind of a reality show?
And I thought I heard a few of you guys online saying, have a reality show.
show. You
So
have to
those
do a
few
show.
were doing it for you.
And honestly, this podcast was kind of the thing that got the ball rolling with it, and we've been doing it with
Yeah.
our family. And
Here's the update. The show is going to be on Paramount Plus. We have been filming this reality show since March.
honestly, even before that, in some
So
ways.
a little bit before that.
Yeah.
And we have been shooting nonstop. We're doing a 10-episode season. It's a lot of fun. You see our relationships play out. You see us working on our different endeavors. I mean, it's
You see our family dynamics, which
Yeah.
everyone loves. Like, you've seen a little bit of it when you've watched our family episodes with our mom, our dad, our sister, all of us together.
so 3 months. A lot has happened in 3
damn.
months. And Sophia and I have been trying to figure out, how can we fit all of these things and feelings and changes in 3 months into one show? It's
Which we
quite hard.
can't. So we are definitely going to come back every week until maybe we can keep going past 100 if we're just feeling it.
I think we should start with you, Sophia. I'm going to
Okay.
put you on the hot seat. The most recent episode.
Oh my, he hates me for this.
So sorry for bringing this up.
Okay,
The most
yeah,
recent
yeah.
episode that we released on Unwaxed was Sophia broke up with him.
Yeah.
So what's your update?
I think the title was a little much. I'm so sorry.
But why? Por qué?
Because we're back together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did we see this coming?
Yeah. We think
So
everyone did.
she lied to all of you.
Work well together, and I missed him, and I don't even want to keep going into this. I'm over talking about my relationship. I'm over it because I jumped the gun on it. I'm so sorry.
We've also decided to make a major life change.
We have major.
Sophia and I decided on a whim,
because
because
this is how we are.
we're quirky like that. We decided we're moving to New York City.
Okay, we know that when we shot our episodes in New York, Sistine was like, I don't know, I can't walk across the street without getting hit by a car. And Scar will lose her passport and everything else. And
Sophia,
New
you know what
York.
it was? We were lying in bed together one morning. We're sipping our coffee, and I look at her, and she looks at me, and she goes, we should move to New York. And I said, that is the best dumb idea I've ever heard you say. And since then, we're doing it. We found a place together.
well, it was one of these things that was so serendipitous. I go, okay,
Mhm.
our lease is going up.
Mm-hmm.
Our parents don't live on the West Coast anymore. Everyone
Yes.
knows they live on the East Coast. I don't have any ties to the West Coast. And I feel like, especially
And your
with-
boyfriend lives in New York.
Yes, and I feel like with everything else, I feel like when you have a podcast, anything in entertainment, you can kind of go to LA or New York or Florida, and that's kind of like the Trinity. But I thought we haven't lived anywhere else.
I'm pressing reset on my life. We are moving to the Big Apple, baby. I'm going to be a Broadway star.
You?
Oh, yeah. Bright lights, big city. We are going to tear it up. I don't think, you guys, the content that we're about to give you is going to be so rich. First of all, I already have a story for you. Sophia and I were just in New York, right?
Yes.
Looking at places, scouting neighborhoods that we like, the whole Shabbat.
Shabbat.
The whole Shabbat.
The whole shebang, you mean?
I like
Shabbat
no, like the
shalom.
whole Shabbat dinner,
Okay, got it.
right?
You know what?
Whatever. I liked it. Anyway, so I'm walking with Scarlett down the street, and we are just taking it all in, smelling the trash, freezing our asses off, just accepting the city. And I take a step back because I stumble a little bit, and I thought I stepped on Scarlett's foot, and I was like, "Oh, sorry, Scarlett." But then I heard a squeal, and Scarlett had the most shocking horror face. And she goes, "Oh my God." And I go, "What?" And I look down, and I stepped on the biggest rat. I think this rat ate 7 rats. It was
She really said it was
it was
huge.
no Remy the Ratatouille. It was a beast.
Yeah.
It was the size
he
of
ate Remy the Ratatouille.
It ate it.
He ate Remy
It
and
was-
his Ratatouille.
It was the size of like a small
yeah,
chihuahua.
you said it was insane.
And get this, I start freaking out going, "Oh my God, oh my God." It was a fat boy. It was a fat rat. And I turned the corner to look at it. And I was like, I need to see what I just stepped on. I don't know why I didn't walk away. I was very curious at this point. I turn the corner with Scarlett. We look at the rat. The rat launches at us. Launches. Like, these motherfuckers, you don't mess with.
No,
And
they
that's-
live there. They're like, these are pedestrians. These are people that are visiting the city. They
And
knew
so-
you guys weren't.
But here's the
locals.
thing. I turned it into a learning lesson. The learning lesson is,
What?
if there's trash on the sidewalk, you cross the street because they stay in the trash.
Well, I'm assuming they're probably eating all the trash. That's actually a good lesson.
It's a good lesson.
That's
So
a
I'll
good
never do it
lesson.
again.
Check.
Checked off. There's a lot of
But there's other things that we had discussed about moving, because when we move, we're moving together.
we're gonna live together.
So before, you remember, we've had this little up and down thing. We've had living together, not living together, and now we're back to living together.
And let me tell you something. I'd be lying if I said I was 100% confident to live with Sophia.
I would be
because-
lying if I said I was 100%
because-
confident to live with Sistine.
Because when we lived together for the first time, night 1, we got in the biggest
fight.
screaming fight ever.
We're honestly like an old married couple.
We're too similar.
Yeah, it's pretty bad because we don't have a filter. When you're living with your sibling,
No, it's
you don't-
really bad.
You can really say like, pick up the damn trash. If you're living with your friend, you can't really say that because you don't want them to get offended.
But we thought, for safety, for rent purposes.
And also it makes sense. Like if we lived alone in a new city, it would be a
It's
little
scary.
bit intimidating. It would be. Plus I think it's going to be fun. But it's definitely just going to be a transition living back with you. I don't know.
See, I already have pet peeves that I know you're gonna do, so I feel like it's best if we air them out now.
Yeah, I agree.
Just so you don't do them anymore.
Okay.
You're really messy when you cook, and you always make the kitchen smell like eggs. And I don't like eggs. You also don't clean your you don't.
Okay, so my pet peeve is
No,
the
no,
fact
but,
that you don't like
do
eggs,
you-
and
do you
99% of the
just
general
think that
public
the
does.
dishwasher magically gets full?
Sistine, you don't clean. What are you talking
I
about?
always have to put your
She doesn't
cups.
clean. Scarlett, does she clean?
Scarlett, don't bring Scarlett
cleans.
into this.
Scarlett cleans.
Scarlett
Does she
did not
clean?
live with us.
No, Sistine is not.
Thank you. She does not clean.
He always walks around naked, which is well.
That's another one. That's another one. It's our apartment. I don't want
And
to see.
you've seen me since I was a baby.
I
can
don't
walk
want
around
to see
naked if I
Cooch
wanted.
at 8 a.m. I don't want to see it.
You'd be so
I
lucky
can't
to
have
see
beaver
it.
before breakfast. I can't do
Don't
it.
But first, beaver.
No.
Come on. Okay, first of all, if it's my apartment and I'm paying half, I'm gonna do what I want to do. You're not my friend. You're my sister.
Okay, so what if I just walked around
If
in
I
all
see-
your clothes all day? You'd be pissed, right?
how about this? If I see pieces of friggin' black hair all around in the bathrooms, in the living rooms, she sheds like a freaking golden retriever.
You don't
This
li-
chick,
you don't
and
like-
she doesn't pick up her black hair.
First of all, you don't like my revenge color?
This is pretty
It's
good.
my
We've had,
revenge
by the
hair.
way, you've had this revenge color
I've been
for the last 12 years.
because
Like,
I've been scheming revenge for the last 12 years of my life.
by the way, can I tell you, she's upset with me because I've been considering going brown.
Sophia wants to go brunette, you guys. That is so fucked up. You know that's me.
Wait, first of all, there's so many other people. Tell Hailey Bieber she can't be brunette.
She's not my sister.
Okay, Scarlett's
People think
gonna
we're
be
twins.
darker?
People think we're twins. You know how they always like that
That'd
one
be
dark.
funny.
No, they shut up.
It'd
You
be
know how
like-
there's always like there's always that like one dark friend in the friendship. There's like the dark girl and
the,
then the
like the
light
black
girl.
hat and the
Yeah.
golden. Yeah, retriever.
No, we can't. We can't, Sophia. First of all, you look like you have
What?
a wet mop on your head.
Sis, that it.
Another pet peeve I have
She's heinous. You're such an asshole.
is
Okay, what?
when we're doing laundry and my clothes are wet. You don't put mine in the dryer to take mine out if you need to use it. So you leave my wet clothes sitting in a mountain
Wait,
on top of the
Sistine,
wash.
when was the last time we've lived together for me to do that to you?
But I'm addressing when we did live together.
I think you're going to just be relieved at the fact that I will be the first one I'm making you coffee every morning because this girl texts me and goes, do you have any extra coffee? And she just comes to my apartment and takes the leftover coffee that I would probably drink because
No.
I'm a coffee addict.
Honestly, our whole family thinks it's going to end in complete disaster, us living together. But I'm actually really excited. We're having
I'm
our new
excited.
girl fantasy. Remember, we've always wanted to live in like
Yes.
a New York apartment.
Like brick walls,
exposed pipes.
Literally
Wow.
the same.
No,
I know.
it'll be great. I'm excited for it. Plus, we're also really close to Florida.
Yeah.
And we can visit little Scarlett in Miami
Miami.
and whoop it up.
I don't
which,
know if
by
I
the
should
way,
ever go back to Miami.
yeah, oh my God, you were a mess. The last time we were in Miami, I have a photo, evidence, I'll
Of it.
call it, of Sophia walking barefoot in an alley next to a dumpster with no shoes on.
My feet were killing me. Okay, if anyone understands shitty heels and they are actually peeling off the skin
You're
off your
nasty.
toes, yes, I will take off my shoes.
You're dirty.
Honestly, but unfortunately, this is the problem. She showed me that photo because that was the last photographic evidence of me with my phone before I decided to drop it. Don't know where
You're so
and
messy.
lose it. And then I had spent all night till like 4 a.m. on my boyfriend's phone, my friend's phone, trying to track this phone. This guy stole it and turned it off.
Well, when in Miami. Here's my goal though. I want to sort of rebrand myself when I move to a new city. I want to have more fun. And I feel like I always say this on the podcast that I'm not fun and I don't let loose enough and I'll have like 2 drinks and be like, oh, I can't have a third because I'm going to get crazy or I'm going to say something I regret or kiss a stranger,
So
which
annoying.
I
Look,
do.
And I don't tell you to, I'm not pushing you to drink more or like go crazy or more, but just lay off it and like
Loosen
don't be so
up.
like heady about it. Just if you don't want to do it, don't do it. If you want to do it, do it.
No,
like,
no.
Don't,
I want to do it. I want to be pushed.
I'm not
You're
gonna
like the
push you.
opposite of my...
You don't like to be pushed. I can ask Scarlett right now. If you tell Sistine to have another cocktail, she goes,
I want you to be the
Exactly.
opposite of my sponsor. Encourage it. Encourage it.
so be your alcohol sponsor.
I'm a sober gopher. I need someone to push me to have fun.
I think
And I feel like if we're living together, you're going to say, Sistine, we're going out.
I love having
We're
a
going
good
to a
time.
jazz club. And I would say no. But if you're there, I'm going.
That's true. We
So-
will, but I think the city is much easier to be social than it is to be in LA. Because LA, no one leaves their house.
I
including me.
think I'm too embarrassed to actually ever show my face in LA again. We've literally spent no time there. But
Why would you say that you're embarrassed to show your
Because
face
do you
in LA?
remember
What did you do in LA?
what happened at that event that we went to recently in LA?
Oh, that was pretty. Those are your
Only
fault.
me. Only
It
me
really is
would
only.
this happen
It's
to.
gnarly.
And you know what's funny? Right when it happened, the first thing I thought of was, this is great content for the podcast.
you know what's
So I wrote it
sad?
down.
You're literally the opposite of like Aurora from Sleeping Beauty. You know, she calls animals and like Cinderella, they can whistle.
I
Because-
call like the animals that no one wants.
Yeah.
For example, Sophia and I get invited to this beautiful Ralph Lauren fashion show. Why we were invited, I'm
I
not
don't know.
sure. I'm not sure, but I'm not fighting it. Thank you so much, Ralph. That was incredible.
incredible. The outfits were great.
So after the show, they have this big dinner for all of the guests, and they sort of group everyone based off of age and career. So we were obviously at like the young Hollywood kids table.
We met so many nice people.
so many great people. I mean, everyone there is on
Like
every
Grace and Jackson were awesome.
like, yeah, they're on like great TV
Yeah.
shows and they're in Euphoria. Just like
Friend
cool
Catherine, yeah.
people. I mean, it's so fun to see. Like we watch so much TV.
Yeah.
So we see all these people on the shows, we fall in love with them, and then we're having dinner with them, and it's great. So Sophia and I are just sort of sitting there like, oh my God, this is so cool. And we're trying to
We're
make
like,
friends.
But because we're like we're a part of it now, but we don't think we are. This is the funny thing.
We're not. We didn't
I feel
fit in.
so out of body at these events every
you
time.
know
I
why?
hate it.
Because they just know what they're doing.
But I
They
don't
go to these
know
events
what
so
I'm
often
doing.
that like they're
But
just
so do
cool.
we.
They're
Honestly,
relaxed.
that's bull because we actually go to a lot of these events. The problem is that we don't think we're cool enough to be at these events.
We're
And so
too uncomfortable.
We're too uncomfortable. So I'm at this event going like, yeah, like I'm in this like cool outfit with these cool people, and then I just feel like a total nerd and doorknob. But the thing is that I'm not because everyone
when
else
Sophia
is a
starts
total
talking about her
doorknob
book
too.
club, that's when I
Really
know I need
nice.
to interrupt her conversation.
Yeah, but they asked about the book.
So let me tell you what happened to me. We're sitting at this dinner, very glam, very beautiful, cool
Beautiful.
people around
Chic.
us. We're trying to fit in.
The
We're trying to,
chicest.
act like one of them, and
the fact that you were doing this.
we're just, be
Vibing.
casual. We're just super like, yeah, we do this too. We're awesome. And no, I look over because I feel something hit my shoulder. And I was like, that's weird. So I look down at my shoulder and it's a bee. And I was like, oh, what are you doing there, little guy? Like, that's not a flower. It stings me. The bee stung me. And everyone around at the table was like, oh my God. Like, oh my
The
God.
funniest part is we're sitting shoulder to shoulder. Like it could have easily jumped on me.
There
but it
were
chose her.
400 people there. I was the one person the bee decided to just lay on. And it stung me. And everyone's freaking out. They're like, oh my God, are you okay? Oh my God, does it hurt? And I'm still trying to play it so
but-
cool.
but
Like
let's
I
preface-
planned this bee.
Wait,
to
we
sting
got
me.
we got to preface this. Sistine's allergic to bees.
Very allergic to
And,
bees.
and I don't know if we ever told the story about the bee that when she was laughing so hard with her ex-boyfriend that it stung her in the back of the throat.
I swallowed a bee. So this is my next interaction with the bee at a fashion
So
event.
she's like traumatized.
And
a
so
little bit.
again, these people are there. A bee lands on my shoulder, stings me. You see the stinger. It's massive.
Sistine's like,
And I'm
Sophia.
just looking down at it. And I'm like, hey, Soph. Sorry, I know you're talking to, Cole Sprouse right now. But a bee just stung me. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah. And I'm trying, you guys.
And I know in my head, I'm like, oh shit. And Sissy goes, Sophia, please. And I've had 2 glasses of wine because I'm cool. I wanted the Ralph Lauren event. She's like,
Sophia and I were pounding drinks just to be comfortable.
We were waiting for, by the way, we were the last row to like get the burgers because the Ralph Lauren burgers were really good. So we're pounding these drinks, waiting for our burgers. And she's like, Sophia, hey, can you take out this singer?
Well, also, so let me just preface this. Everyone's freaking out,
We're
right?
prefacing so many things.
Just so much prefacing. And my shoulder is throbbing and it's like literally pulsating and it's bright red. I'm sitting next to Mr. McDreamy. What's his face?
James Marsden.
James Marsden's next to me. I'm like, hey, James, check this out. And he's like, Jesus Christ,
She's
what
like,
the hell? And I was,
yeah.
So again, I'm trying to play it so cool. And everyone's like, oh my God. This is when I knew I sold it. Everyone was like, oh my God, she like is not even reacting. She's like so chill about it. I was like, yeah, I'm just a cool girl.
I make it worse though for you.
Inside, freaking out. So then I lay Sophia. I'm like, the surgeon, can you take the stinger out?
And I go, my nails are really long. So I'm like, absolutely. Not waiting for someone to pick up like tweezers or something or like, you have to use papers. Slowly get out. Because if you squeeze it, you squeeze the venom in it. But me, thinking I'm a surgeon now, I'm like, yeah, guys, I got this. I squeeze the venom in it.
You
and
guys,
then I
she
pull
literally
out.
pushed it in so deep. It came out a week later. It came out. I was like, well, I guess I'm one with the bee
Her
because
whole shoulder became massive. She looked like the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
And so I
She was like,
asked a staff member, I was like, do you just have some like Neosporin or something? And like we were sitting next to these lovely people, and this guy pulls out a giant ice cube and just like sticks it on my shoulder, and I was like melting all over my dress, staining it. I'm like, this is great. This is exactly the impression I wanted to leave. Thank you for your ice. Thank you for the not Neosporin. Thank you for pushing it in. Wow. Really? Like, come on.
Yeah, and I'm like, are you good? Eating some French fries, and then that was the night.
But you know what I learned?
It's
So I
great.
researched this because bees, mosquitoes, they love me.
They do.
They really love me. And it actually has to do with the acid levels on your skin.
Really?
They're attracted to certain skin types.
Thank
like,
God I don't get bitten.
You don't have
I
like
don't-
acidic skin.
No, I
Whatever
get
that
bitten sometimes,
means.
but you get bit way more than I do. Spiders. You get bit by I get bit by mosquitoes. You get bit by mosquitoes, but you get bit by spiders, bees, bears,
Rats.
rats,
X's.
men. I was gonna say that.
I
was gonna say
attract pain. I really
bears,
do.
men.
Bears, beats,
Battlestar Galactica.
I get all of it. I really do. And honestly, I think I wouldn't want it any other way. It's a great story. I
It
love
is a great
content for
story.
you guys, but I'm just traumatized. I really am.
Yeah,
I
that's.
hurt you recently too, actually, on the dock.
Oh wait, this is okay. We want to what's the word?
Transition.
Transition.
She says she's a reader.
I haven't done this in 3 months. I'm getting like giddy. Okay.
Transition.
So we all love bedtime stories.
Bedtime stories. Yay!
Bedtime stories.
Wait, went to sleep.
And we're back and then we're awake. So we are gonna do a bedtime story, and this is actually a story about Sistine hurting me. But it's funny because it's funny now, but I'm actually really still bitter about it because no one believes me.
I feel like you started that really wrong. I did not do this to hurt you. I did this to have adventure with you, and you hurt yourself.
No, I'll tell you why. Here goes. So we have a dock in Florida. My parents have this like wide dock, and it has beautiful fish that go under it, and turtles, and you know what else? Barracudas, sharks, and catfish apparently bite you or sting you. So there are some bad things in the water that we've seen frequently.
Yeah.
So Sophia and I are sitting on the dock, and we are just enjoying the night, or like it's sunset, right? And there's nothing in the water that we can see. And Sistine goes, no, I touched the water, and I tell her, I'm like, wow, the water feels incredible. And for some reason, this chick goes, we gotta jump off. And
I said, let's
we gotta go.
strip down and jump off. And Sophia goes, no, what if someone sees? And I said, that's the point.
And I was like,
Live on
I
the
don't want to
edge.
skinny dip when it's bright.
It was bright.
It was bright. People would see us. But I was like, no, maybe we can do it with our clothes. She goes, go do it. And I was like, no, I really don't want to do it. And the thing was to see, and I hate this about her, is that she has this weird way of making you feel so guilty for saying no to her.
Jedi mind trick.
It's like if I asked her to jump off the dock and she didn't want to, and she said no, and I said, come on, she'd be like, shut up. And I'd be like, oh,
No,
okay.
I truly believe I've actually mastered the art of convincing people to do anything.
Yeah,
I'm very good at it.
So I go, you know what? Sistine's right, maybe. I should jump off and we should live life to the
live life. I said, what a great story this will be. Come on, Sophia. We'll swim back to the shore. It'll be a great time.
Guys, there are sharks, barracudas, and catfish and everything else in that water.
But
that
I
can hurt us.
surveillanced the area and there were none.
But she thinks she surveillanced it enough for us to be safe. So we jump off. And of course, while jumping off, I realized we didn't put like the ladder down.
Yeah, we didn't put the ladder down.
But we said, oh, we would just swim back to shore.
Yeah.
My mom comes out and she goes, what are you two doing? And I go,
And I said, living life. We're doing big things, Mom.
Swimming, Mom. Join us.
We're young adults. We're
gonna-
free.
We're like, we're going to swim to shore. She goes, no. You actually can't right now. You're going to get cut on your feet. Like, it's really, really sharp over there. Like, you cannot swim to shore. You have to go up on the dock. And I go, fuck. Okay. And so I'm freaking out. She goes, you don't know what's in the water. And she's stressing me out. Sistine's just leisurely.
Yeah, she's screaming like, I see a shadow.
Yeah, freaking out. And I'm freaking out. So what I do is I see that there's the ladder. So what you do when you're on a dock, you like pick up the ladder and it drops down. You like hook it back and you pick it up and it drops down. But I had to reach up because it was hooked on. And instead of it coming down, I had to pull myself up. Literally like I was in Cliffhanger. I hate that I just used that reference.
It actually... You know when you're in
I had to do a
times
full
of
pull-up.
No, you know when you're in times of panic and then you just get the supersonic
Adrenaline.
strength. Yeah, that was.
So you guys, it was like me doing a pull up, and I have no upper body
But
strength.
I would like to say my point of view. I'm still in the water and I look up and I just see ass in my face.
You're so welcome to see my ass in your face.
No.
Okay, but no. So basically, with all my adrenaline and I'm freaking out, I pull myself up, And while I'm pulling up, I feel like literally the worst scratches, and like I'm getting demolished by this rotten. Really, it was rotten. It was gross. It was not like a new ladder. It was a used.
It was rusty.
Rusty
it was
ladder.
Rusty, yeah.
Getting scratched, and I get up. I'm not sure how I didn't break, but
She drops the ladder for
down
me,
for
and I
Sistine.
just flip, flip,
I
flip
come
all
out of the
way up.
water. My legs are gushing with blood everywhere. Everywhere. My arms, my legs, blood everywhere. And I'm so pissed. I'm freaking out. And I start having a panic attack. And this is the thing. I might be a little bit boy that cries wolf.
You're such a hypochondriac.
I am.
Sophia gets a sniffle. She's like, it's mono.
I get like a hip problem. My cancer.
She has a headache. She's like, I'm dying of brain cancer. Like she always
I'm
thinks
one
the
of those people-
worst.
I have a fear of, I don't know if anyone else has this fear. I just don't want to miss something. And then suddenly my life turns upside down and I didn't catch it soon enough. Like I've seen so many horror stories and I read too much about it and it freaks me out. But I just had read a story about a girl that was in a lake or beach, or I forgot where she was. She got a cut and then it got super infected that she like died, or she had to amputate her leg. So I kept saying, I'm like, if I had to, I was so bad. Steve's in the hot tub like this, hanging out. I'm bleeding out and I'm like, I can't, I'm gonna die.
But you did read an article that the next day.
No, this is the thing. My mom and sister get so upset with me. They're like, actually, you're being really annoying. They were upset.
Sophia, you are annoying.
They said I was annoying.
They said I was. But you are.
I'm not.
You do this all the time. So why wouldn't we be like,
you guys,
shut your mouth?
I said I was going to die of an infection. They said I'm not. This is the thing. And they shut me up because they were so pissed off at me. Genuinely.
Because I just wanted to have fun and you ruined the fun.
Look at this.
By bleeding.
They all said I was insane. They all said I was being over dramatic. Guess what I read?
What?
Here it goes. No. And they all apologized after.
I didn't apologize for shit.
The next week, there was a code red article sent to everyone in Palm Beach. And it said,
Sophia's blood is in the water.
Code red. Yes, code red. No, listen. Code red emergency. A release from the town said the saltwater quality sampling on Tuesday found Enterocoli bacteria, which normally inhabit the intestinal tracts of human and animals, which may cause human disease, infections, and rashes. And basically it said fecal matter was in the water. We weren't allowed to swim in the water that week because it had infectious diseases. So tell me this, if I jumped off the dock that week, got scratched.
Let me ask you a question.
And then swam, I would have had my legs amputated.
Let me ask you.
You would have to carry me around all over the city.
I'd give you a peg leg like a pirate. Did you learn a lesson at least from this experience?
No, you learned a lesson that I might not always be wrong. So this is my bedtime story, is I was right.
No, this bedtime story is you are an infection in my life because you itch me. You irritate me. You need to let loose and have more fun. Yeah, okay, you got a little blood.
Whoa,
you got a little blood on you.
Whoa. I need to have more fun. You literally just said you don't have fun anymore and that I need to make you more fun. Scarlett, did she just say she needs to be more fun?
Take your finger out of my face.
Did you see you say that?
Take your damn finger out of my face.
You are the one. So she's the party pooper.
You know what,
and I guess
you guys?
I'm the infection.
This is why I love this podcast.
She's the poop in the water that's giving us infections.
Excuse me? I wish a barracuda crawled right up your ass. I really do. I really do.
Next time.
This is why I love this podcast.
Why?
Because we bottle this shit in and it just comes right out when we're taping every single time.
Every single time.
So, you guys, that was our comeback episode. We really, we really are quite.
I have to say,
rusty at
we're
this.
rusty. I was gonna say,
yeah.
This probably wasn't our most organized episode,
but I had fun, and I hope you guys had fun listening to it. Yeah. And I'm so happy to be back. We're gonna try to get these episodes out regularly every Tuesday. That is our goal for you guys. And we've just missed you, and we love you. And thank you for still following us and supporting us. It's been the best time ever.
It has been, and we missed you, and we're really, really thankful for people that stuck around for 3 months and waited.
Yeah, really.
We're coming back, and it's gonna be better than ever, and we're really excited for this next step.
So we will see you next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.